Hey, fourth graders, it's Mrs. Long. Today we're going to continue talking about true and false equations. Remember, yesterday we were learning that the equals sign really just means is the same as. And when we have an equation, we have numbers on one side, maybe with operations like plus, minus, multiplication, division on one side, and the same thing on the other side. Sometimes it's just numbers. Those are really easy. Sometimes we might have numbers in an operation on one side and then just a number on the other side. Or sometimes we might have numbers and operations on both sides. And so what we really want to do is work down the equation to where we're looking at just numbers on both sides. And so when we have operations, remember our operations that we've learned so far in fourth grade are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We want to get rid of those, but we can't just make them disappear, right? We can't just be like, bing, you're gone. We have to solve for that side of the equation and follow the operation, do what it says. And so let's look at another example. This is a sample test question that you might see on your end of a unit test. You might see something like this when you take the FAST test. So this is a really good example. Basically, we have 86 plus 58 is the same as, remember equals is the same as 144 divided by 12. Okay, so on this side, on the left-hand side of the equation, we have a plus sign as our operation. And on the right-hand side of the equation, we have a division sign as our operation. So we have operations on both sides, which means we're going to need to solve on both sides to work it down to being just a number. All right, so let's do it. 86 plus 58, that one you should be like, oh, that's pretty easy because you've been doing double-digit division since first and second grade. So we are going to just add these two numbers, 6 plus 8. Remember, if you don't know, you have fingers, you can use them to count, all right? Put 6 in your head, 8 fingers, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we write our 4, we regroup our 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 5 more is 14. So on the left-hand side of the equation, 86 plus 58 is the same as 144. So we're going to write 144 there. And then we're going to put our equal sign. And now we have to solve for the right-hand side of the equation, 144 divided by 12. So when you're doing these division problems, I know that I know my 12 times tables. So I'm going to multiply instead of dividing because multiplication in my mind is easier than division. So I'm going to think 12 times what number is equal to 144. If you don't know right off the top of your head, you can skip count by 12s. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132, 144. 12 times 12 equals 144. So that means that 144 divided by 12 is equal to 12. All right, so that means that we have 12 on the right-hand side of my equation. Now I have something that's very easy to compare. Is 144 the same as 12? No, it's definitely not. So this is a big old false, right? This equation is false. So anytime you just have an equation, you're going to get rid of any of the operations on either side to work it down to being just numbers. And remember, you have to solve to get rid of operations. You can't just like go bibbity bobbity boo, you're disappeared. Okay, we're not the fairy godmother. All right, let's look at another type of question that we might see. In this case, we have to create an equation that's true, and we're given some numbers to do that with. What I'm going to go ahead and do is rewrite this bigger. What's nice is, in this case, we're told on both sides of the equations we're multiplying. So really, I'm just going to look at these numbers and think, well, what can I multiply? I know these are all even nice, easy numbers to multiply by. So that's fantastic. You can use a strategy called guess and check, where you just plug in numbers on either side of the equation and keep swapping around until it works. That's probably one of your best strategies. Or if you're really good with your multiplication facts, you might have already solved this problem. I'm going to show you the guess and check strategy because it's a really valid strategy that a lot of students are hesitant to use because you feel like, I'm just guessing. Well, yeah, that's okay. All right. So we're going to just try it out. I'm going to write the numbers in the same order that they're written in. 3 times 5 is equal to 6 times 10. All right. Well, I know 3 times 5 is 15, and I know 6 times 10 is 60, and I know that that is not true because 15 is not equal to 60. So in my case, I'm going to erase. You don't have to erase. You could just rewrite it again down below, but I want us to be able to see the problem. All right, so now I'm going to try, well, let's try 3 times 6 and 5 times 10. All right, so 3 times 6 is 18. 5 times 10 is 50. Oops, that's not true either. All right, I've already multiplied the 6 times 10. I've multiplied the 5 times the 10. Let's try multiplying the 3 times the 10. All right, I accidentally deleted half of my multiplication symbol. So I'm going to leave the 10 there. I'm going to put the 3 over there. And then right here I have 5 times 6. I'm going to write it, scroll down just a little bit. There we go. All right, 5 times 6 is 30. 3 times 10 is 30. Those are the same, so this would be my equation. 5 times 6 is equal to 3 times 10. And again, I just tried it out until I found what worked. Guessing and checking is a really good strategy to use. I know, again, you're like, oh, I don't want to guess and check. But the more you do it, the better at it you get, the better your number sense is, the better at it you get. You can kind of logically guess and check, but it's a really valid strategy. So don't ignore it. Try it out, use it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.